Well, it's back. We're back. Yeah. Podcast is back as well. Everyone's back.
We're back to work, back to the podcast. Hey,
except for Michael Jackson, they're back. No. Sorry to cut you off there. Anyway, as you were.
So random. Our Premier, Peter Malinowski, has joined us on the show. You can catch him on the podcast, or Hot Mally, as we like to call him. He's the golden child at the moment. He can do no wrong here in South Australia.
He's on fire. And look, I'm going to put this out there. I wouldn't be surprised that within 2 years, we get the Super Bowl. That's the trajectory that he's on.
Yeah, right. It feels like it at the moment.
Just insane.
We've had a massive weekend here in South Australia, and we've absolutely smashed the gather round out of the park.
Yeah, we have. We played a nice little version of Ask Us Anything as well, where we break down the barriers and just get the listeners to ask those questions that you think, wow, I'm not sure that can be asked, but here we are.
Speaking of, you discovered a couple in the United States who were married for 17 years, had a couple of kids, and then worked out they're cousins.
Yeah, that's awkward, isn't it?
I hate it when that happens.
How annoying is that when that happens? You're like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God, I've built a life with you. Oh my God, we're related.
That's why we had such a spiritual connection.
Yep.
Because we're related only by blood. The question was out there. Like you said, what did you discover deep in a relationship? Yep. We had some outrageously good calls on that.
Yeah. Strap yourselves in. This is the podcast.
Radar. Anything near us on radar? On the radar, sir.
How long have you and Greg been together for now?
Married over 10 years, together like 14.
I didn't mean to turn that into a test.
Oh, okay. And yet it felt like one.
Why are you sweating? What's going on here?
I'm not good with dates.
Yeah, either am I.
Or anniversaries or anything romantic.
Or birthdays.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah, or the days that my children were born. Yeah. Not good with any of that.
Oh, my gosh. Thank goodness you turned up today. A US married couple have spoken out since discovering they are cousins after taking a family tree DNA test.
Oh, no.
Yes. And look, let's just knock something on the head, all right?
All right.
I know it would be easy for me to link this to Tasmania and then link it to you. I just want you to know that that's low-hanging fruit, okay? And I'm better than that. In the last 2 weeks since we've been away, I've grown up a lot.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you emotionally developed so you don't make jokes about me and my cousins in Hobart, Tasmania?
Exactly. I mean, how easy and fun would that be, do you think, for me?
It would have been the obvious path for you to veer down because that's the one that you choose.
I'm already looking at the text line as well, 0400 919 919. Someone just texted through saying, is this about Jodie and her history in Tasmania? So I'm not even going to respond to that.
Don't write back.
It's not good enough. Grow up, everyone. Last month, Colorado real estate agent Selena Quinones, I think it's pronounced.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, well, let's just go say it with confidence. She made headlines when she revealed on TikTok that she's related to her husband of 17 years, Joseph. So this is not just a couple of months in. This is like a full-on 17-year marriage with a few kids as well.
How many?
Like 150 kids. They've got 3 kids, and she does go on in this TikTok video to say that the kids are completely fine. They've got 10 fingers, they've got 10 toes, they've got 2 heads. No, they don't. That's a little Tassie joke.
I thought you weren't going to pick that low-hanging fruit.
No.
I thought that was the intention.
I'm trying.
Okay.
Right? It's about self-development.
Try harder.
Don't go for the low-hanging piece of fruit. That is the Tasmanian joke. It begs the question, though. What have you discovered deep in a relationship?
Oh.
Some doozies out there.
Like some deep, dark secrets. I like this. 13 24 10. Get involved this morning.
Remember that time I revealed that I was in a relationship for about 2 years, and then I found out that she was actually a mannequin? And we had to break it off like 6 months later. Just an unbelievable shock to the system.
Oh, what was her name?
Mandy.
Mandy Mannequin. Mandy Mannequin.
Mandy, if you're listening too, I've still got feelings for you. Give us a call, 13 24 10.
She had a good rig. She had almost an unrealistic rig. Like,
oh my gosh.
Like something that no woman looks like.
It was unattainable as far as I was concerned. Great listener though. Great listener. 13 24 10. What have you discovered deep in a relationship? There'd be some doozies where you're like, hang on, this could have been perhaps a deal breaker.
Holy shit, we've got a Mandy online too.
Mandy, speak. For goodness sake, speak for the first time. Chloe from Alberton, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. What did you find out deep into the relationship, Chloe?
So this is actually my ex after about 2 years, I found out that he had a pretty intense criminal record and was going to court quite regularly for it and would lie to me about where he was going.
Wow.
Whoa.
Where did he say he was going?
Oh, he was just like, I just got to go into work early, or, I'll be at work a little bit late tonight, or whatever it was, whatever the excuse was, or he'd go visit his mum. His mum lived about 40 minutes away from us, so it was, they were good excuses. You'd think that they were real, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you in a suit to go see your mum?
Oh, believe me, he didn't wear a suit. He was wearing jeans and a top, which I don't think is appropriate for court.
No, Chloe, can I attest, though? Sometimes I sit in court when I'm doing my other job at Channel 10, court reporting, and I'll sit there and I play a game in my head when the person walks in and goes into the dock, and I think, what have you done? And I try and work it out before I actually look at what they've done. And it doesn't match up. It never matches up. People who look perfectly normal have done some really, really bad stuff. So I don't blame you for having the wool pulled over.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't think he did what he did if you looked at him. And when I asked what he had done, he refused to tell me for quite a while. So when I found out, safe to say, we called it quits, and I got out of there and ran.
I don't know. I'm too scared to ask what he did.
What Jodie's trying to say is, what did he do?
There was quite a few charges, but some were armed charges and some were drug charges and
my goodness.
Other things within that realm of business, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, and I'm guessing it's not a sexy version like Jax from Sons of Anarchy, is it?
No, it's not.
No, it definitely was not.
No.
Chloe, that's outrageous. Thank you so much. Tana from Morford Vale, what did you find out deep into the relationship?
Well, it was more what my husband found out about me. So I like tattoos, and we've been married for about 7 years, but together for about 14. And a couple of years ago, I got my first tattoo, and preceding that, he didn't talk to me for literally a week. So angry and full of rage.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of trauma in his background, his mum, some stuff. And we ended up having to go to, marriage counselling. He was seriously considering divorcing me because as far as he was concerned, when he married me, I was clean, had nothing on me.
Yeah.
That wasn't what he agreed to.
Yeah.
I changed. He couldn't live with it. I got a couple more. I now have 4, and I'm probably going to get more than that, to be fair. So we basically had to do a compromise. So I'm only allowed to get 1 a year. He has to approve where it is. I have to save for it out of my own money. But at least we're still together.
Yes.
So came
Tana,
out of it.
I can relate to this because I was in a relationship and I got a tattoo, and my partner at the time did not speak to me for a week, was absolutely furious. It's almost like they think that's not what we signed up for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was, but at the same time, I thought, you know what? I also feel like that I'm good enough inside, and I'm the same person that if you can't love me, if that's a thing, then that's a thing for you, because I am who I am, and I don't want to live the rest of my life not doing something because later in life I might change my mind. Nobody's going to lay on their deathbed going, I wish I didn't get that 10th tattoo. No. All right? That's not going to be one of my regrets. But, not taking those chances in life will be. I've only got another 7 or so years. I'm going to smash them out.
Yes, spot on. Well said, Tana. And by all reports as well, Joe, to know what you think as well. The response of Wow Jones's wife. When he came home, former Carlton footballer, and a couple of W's on both cheeks. She was very, very angry about that. It always comes back to Wow Jones, doesn't it? Good morning, Sarah.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, Sarah. What did you find out?
I guess this one's a bit of a lighter one. I found out 3 years into my marriage that my husband conditioned his hair before he shampooed.
Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Sarah.
You okay?
I am now, because I've taught him the correct way, but he thought that was the way of things for his whole life.
Oh, he wasn't doing it on purpose. He genuinely didn't realise that it's the other way round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we spoke to Chloe.
The back of the bottle.
Chloe telling us about her former partner's intense criminal history, but you've just blown it right out of the water there.
Oh, wow, Sarah. That's amazing.
Oh, good stuff. Thank you so much for everyone who's called this morning. We're going to send you along to the beach house. So if you're looking for something to do these school holidays, the beach house is a perfect destination for a fun-filled day out. It's more fun at their house, the beach house.
Sarah's husband also puts deodorant on before he has a shower.
Yeah.
So
quite
weird.
twisted. And then don't get me started on the fraternity. That is people who use soap to wash their hair.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I'm the president.
Nothing beats a cosy winter getaway or escaping to a tropical paradise.
If you're thinking about an early winter escape, whatif.com has just the place.
Check out great accommodation deals across Australia on the What If app.
What If? It's Aussie for travel.
Every morning, every day, every morning.
Jodie and Hayesy.
Wake me up.
Adelaide's Nova 919.
Welcome back, my friend. It's been a couple of weeks off, but I'm so happy to see your little face.
It's good to be here.
Isn't it?
2 weeks just resting, recharging, and ready to really rip it.
Yeah, I don't think you were resting and recharging. I think you pretty much worked the whole way through at Channel 7, whatever.
Exhausted. I'm exhausted after the weekend.
Oh, my God. Is that... I'm going to call it. I reckon that's one of the biggest weekends Adelaide has ever seen.
It's absolutely magical. So everyone, I would say 98% of people in Adelaide probably got involved in some way across this whole footy festival.
Yep.
Just seeing crowds of people. Do you remember when there was a thing called COVID?
Yeah. Wasn't that cute?
Didn't we delete that nice and quick?
Didn't we? That was the thing where you couldn't leave your house or do anything fun. Well, didn't we turn that around this weekend? 60,000 interstate visitors. Unbelievable scenes. And do you know the thing I loved about it, Andrew Hayes? It was so family friendly.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing was, actually... It was family friendly.
To a degree?
To a degree. Up until yesterday when I was riding my bike home from the Norwood Parade and there was a guy out the front of a tyre shop having a bit of a relief, let's say, as in a wee, out the front, and his mate found a tyre and was rolling it.
Oh, right. Yeah. So that was the post end of the gather round.
Yeah, that was the finality of the gather round.
Shenanigans.
Do you know how we're going to...
I didn't see any of that.
Do you know how we're going to cap off this weekend? You go have a wee and I'm going to peg a tyre at you.
Why not? It'll give us something to talk about with our mates when we go back to work today.
Do you know what I think made the weekend as well? The fact that both the Crows and Port got up. Like, how good. Universally
absolutely magical.
South Australian footy fans. All happy.
And nothing to do with gather round, but your T-Birds.
Oh!
Did a good job.
Was I there?
And we thought, I bet you were too. Here if you need, here if you need. Just screaming that in the crowd.
Sometimes I try to sneak onto the bench.
Yeah.
With just like my netball gear on.
Oddie, you're up.
Yes.
Wait, get back out. Looks like those Achilles are just about to... They're just hanging by a thread.
Oh, dear. No, they were super impressive. Shamira Sterling, if she's not the best goal defender in the world, I'll go hey. She's unbelievable.
Yeah. She's a star.
She's so arousing to watch.
Tipper Dwan was very good as well.
Tipper Dwan was.
Tipper Dwan.
Yes.
I'm going to speak to the big dog. There he is, Peter Malinauskas, just announcing to the crowd that Gather Round is going to be with us for the next 3 years.
Amazing news. And, of course, I couldn't get through a Gather Round weekend without an out-of-Oddie experience or two. So, firstly, this is how it rolled out. My husband blindly booked the Oval Hotel. He had a bit of a hunch that they were going to announce Gather Round here, so he just took a punt.
Oh, my gosh. That's amazing by Greg, by the way.
Didn't land the Port game or the Crows game. They straddled us either side, so we got Friday night Sydney-Richmond. So this is the setup. When you stay at the Oval Hotel, you are literally 50 metres from the Bespoke Bar and the MTX Club downstairs, which entails a massive buffet. Oh, my giddy aunt. Want to mix some oysters and some gnocchi? Don't mind if I do.
You really rolled in this morning, didn't you?
Oh,
no, just kidding. You look fantastic, by the way.
So, anyway, I thought, I'd better go and work some of that buffet off. So, off to the gym I went, and I was doing a little class, and Riley O'Brien hobbles in as he does. He's a bit bow-legged, bless Riley's heart. And so he walks past and I said, oh, g'day, mate. Well done. Like, that was an awesome win. That was an absolute clinic, a display. And he's like, yeah. He goes, cool. How are you going? I'm like, oh, geez, God, I'm dying in this class. And then he walked out and I thought to myself, did I just complain about a 28-minute hit class to Riley O'Brien, who's just taken on a couple of Carlton behemoths in a 2-hour epic football match? And I'm like, oh, I had to do a burpee.
Oh, it's okay. I just had 17 disposals and 41 hit-outs, and I just had to crash into Tom de Koning all night to get the win for the Crows. But do you know what? You poor thing. Oh, is there anything I can do?
Anyway, so the whole weekend was spectacular. We went into the Festival of Footy too. My daughter wanted to go on the zip line. Unfortunately, it was like a 45-minute wait. So
I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
It did look fun, though.
It looks so fun, just sailing across the Torrens. You wouldn't want to fall in that drink.
It's like, you're like, oh, it's water down below. No.
That's not water.
That's worse than lava, because that water will eat your skin.
Imagine if you fell in, you went under, and there's like 6 three-eyed fish just
I
staring
know,
at you.
but not even that, because you're like, is it full of crocodiles or anything? No, they can't survive in that water.
But yesterday too, we got the kids, jumped on our bikes, went down to the parade just to enjoy the experience down there. We didn't have tickets to that match, the GWS match, so we just sat out front and watched it on the big screen, which was really cool.
It's a different experience. Was there a big crowd there, though?
Oh, yeah. It was pumping the parade yesterday.
Yeah, nice. So what was that like?
Yeah, it was really good.
So what do you guys do? Like, do you just sort of hang out and watch the footy and then leave? Do you hang around for the festivities?
So we jumped on our bikes on the way out, yes, and we rode home. Yep.
Yeah.
What are you getting at?
And then what happened? Like, just a smooth, easy ride home? It sounds like quite a nice day. Interruption free and just really, really smooth. Is that what happened?
She's backed me into a corner to tell this story.
Go on. Did you make let's put it this way, did you make a new friend yesterday?
I didn't make a new friend. In fact, I made an enemy yesterday. So the road's closed. The road was closed off. So we're on the bike with the kids and we're riding out, and this road worker, who was from a company which I won't mention, goes to me, "Oi, get off the wrong side of the road." And I'm like, "What are you talking about, mate? Like, the road's blocked off. Like, there is no traffic. Why do we have to be on the right side of the road? There are literally thousands of people on the wrong side of the road." And he goes, "Stop being a smart ass."
Oh, jeez. I think we all know enough. And producer Sean, you can very much agree with me. You went down a very dangerous path, my friend.
I said, "Excuse me, do you realise you are working and representing your company right now?" And do you know what he says to me? He goes, "Why don't you grow a brain?" So the Year 4 sledges have come out. Yeah. That's good. I haven't heard that since primary school. But well done, mate. So anyway.
You would have been so composed in this situation.
I was so composed, and then I rode over to my family and I said, "Greg, hold my bike." He's like, "Oh, no, don't." And the kids are like, Don't, Mum. I said, "No, this needs to be dealt with." So I said, "You take the children and I'll go deal with this man."
Ooh, okay. Well, we can't leave it there. Take us through it. How did it all go?
Just took a little photo of him. Took a little photo of his car and his registration.
You took a photo of him. Oh, my gosh. And what do you think you're going to do with this photo?
I'm going to email the company today and just say, "This is the way that your employees behave. Are you satisfied with that? Someone abusing a mother and her children?"
Great. Well, hasn't this just turned? So what you're going to do is you're going to send an email and you say, "If there's some kind of way that I could speak to some sort of manager, I would like to do that."
Yes. Signed, Karen.
There you go.
The Weekend Sports Wrap with Tom Rehn.
The busiest man in Adelaide. Jeez. How are you still going, Rennie?
It was a big weekend, wasn't it? I was on fumes yesterday, but it was a great weekend. How good is it that we've got it for another 3 years?
Oh, so good. Was it all work and no play for you, or did you manage to play a little bit, Tom Wren?
No, I was at a wedding on Saturday night, which was a lot of fun.
That's what you need, gather round.
Yeah.
Hey, don't want to drop names here as well, but a bit of a high-profile wedding too, Travis Head.
Yeah, Traveller's wedding, the old Travmeister. No, it was a great night. Him and Jess, beautiful couple.
Yeah.
They've got a little daughter as well, so it was a really good night.
I met her at a function. She's so lovely.
Stunning, yeah.
Isn't she gorgeous?
Beautiful person.
Yeah.
And great wedding, all the family there, so a really, really good night.
The Travmeister. Travis Head. Oh, what? Oh, the headmaster?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I don't see him like that. Just want to be good mates, you know.
Oh, dear. Hey, everything aside, gather round aside, the results all fell South Australian teams' way.
How good was it, Jodie? I mean, you know, back-to-back wins now for Port, 3 consecutive wins for the Crows. There is a real buzz about footy at the moment, and not just because of gather round, but, you know, the football they're playing on the field. But how fantastic that we get it for 3 more years over here. I mean, I think just seeing the crowds that were out at the matches, it was sensational over the weekend.
But also, don't you think it's only going to get bigger now?
I think so.
Now that we've done it the first time and we've nailed it, and people, like, everyone around, well, I had friends around Australia going, "Oh, God, wish we were in Adelaide this weekend."
Yeah, and
that almost would have never happened.
Exactly. And it was a 4 or 5 month lead in, I think, Jodie, and imagine what they can do with 12 months planning, you know, that extra, time just to get things right and to also work out, okay, this worked well, you know, this perhaps didn't,
you
know, and really get some excitement about it. And then you're right. I think it's going to be sensational.
Yeah.
Why don't they get bigger?
Did you jump on the zip line, Tom?
I didn't get on the zip line. There are bits that hang out everywhere, and I just don't know. And you just don't want to go with that. So
you can't afford to do that, Tom.
It's strange, isn't it, Tommy? Because I jumped on the zip line and everything was perfect in place. What's going on? Different anatomy. Anyway.
What about, though, the games were great and brilliant Thursday night with the Crows, but Saturday night, fantastic from Port, but I've got to say the reaction to Jason Horne-Francis at the moment has been staggering.
It's unbelievable. And look, it really, really came to a head on Saturday night with the coach, Ken Hinckley, because there was booing in the crowds. So
Come on.
Which was unbelievable. So clearly, they're not
He's a kid.
They're not Port supporters.
He's only like 20, isn't he?
Yeah, 19.
Jesus.
Not even
So
yet.
clearly they're Western Bulldog supporters. But that sort of happenings sparked this response from the coach.
He's never going to play 4 quarters every week. He's 19-year-old. If you're treating my 19-year-old son the way some people have treated him, I'd be embarrassed by my performance if I was those people. I think it's been really unfair. The kid made a courageous decision to come home. Let the kid play footy. He's 19.
Is that the booing you're talking about tonight?
I'm talking about lots of things. I'm talking about people who write stories every week, talk stories every week, and I'm talking about the treatment that they gave him at times tonight without making a big deal of it. The kid's trying. He's giving his best. He's 19. Stop treating him like he's 28 and treat the kid with some respect.
Powerful words from Ken Hinckley.
And I think a good show of solidarity to say to him, I'm behind you, the team's behind you. And I think that will make him feel like, okay, you just need someone in your corner. I mean, you think, Jody, we've got kids, Hayesy, you've got kids. Look, he's a man, but he's a young man. And I'm just, it's wild behaviour that North Melbourne fans, I get it if they booed him in a game. No problem. Happens all the time. But for other fans to be engaging in it as well, I just think it's ludicrous behaviour.
But, I think that's why the players love Ken Hinckley, because he's that father figure, isn't he?
Correct.
He's like, got your back, mate.
Spot on, Jody. And that's why, they'll run through a brick wall for him.
Yeah.
But that was important from him, because I'm sure privately he's having all those conversations, but sometimes it's nice in the environment we live in to hear it publicly. He's got my back.
Yeah.
He will go to war with me whenever I need.
Yeah. I wish my husband had stood up for me like that yesterday with that road worker. That would have been nice.
He was a big man though, the road worker.
He was a big boy.
Just like said Greg Garden say, just lay off her, right? She's only 32. Rehn, let's talk about the Crows quickly as well. Port Adelaide looked really, really good season, very much back on track, and we probably live too much in the moments.
Yes,
because sometimes you look back and go, "Geez, we overanalyze that a little bit." But if you're a Crows supporter, I think you're getting a bit excited.
Have to be. 3 wins in a row. Hayesy, I think they haven't played final since 2017. That's the best football in that first quarter I've seen since their grand final year. 8 goals to 2. The game was over. They blew them away.
But also 8 different goal kickers.
Correct. Absolutely.
Like, if it's not Rankin, it's Thilthorpe.
Yep.
If it's not him, it's Tex. It's like there's so many options down there. Listen to me analyse football.
Oh, my goodness gracious me. It's really,
Who
really
am I?
good, isn't it?
Destroying this
Mind
segment.
blown.
It's beautiful. I love it.
You're
on fire. But you're right. They've got so many options. Like they're quick, they're fast, they move the ball, and they're exciting, the Crows. Yeah. I reckon they're one of the most, if you are an objective fan coming in, they're one of the most watchable teams in the competition right now.
And just on that, so I was there, and at one stage, I was just purely watching Jordan Dawson. How do I say this professionally? My football arousal levels at one stage completely peaked, and I was fearing for the safety of those around me. He is just so fun to watch. He's perfect.
He can do it all.
He's a perfect footballer.
I knew he was a good player when he left Sydney a couple of years ago, Hayesy. I didn't think he was this good.
Yeah.
Though. I didn't think he had that in his kit bag where he could go into the middle and dominate. I just didn't think he could do it.
I'm not going to let you off the hook with this. Just when you went to bed that night, did you shut your eyes and think of Jordan?
Guess what I dreamt about that night? Who would have thought? And I woke up next to my beautiful wife and I was slightly disappointed. Hey, Tommy, before we let you go, we've got to talk about Live Golf as well.
Yes, yep, huge week coming up. So we saw some of the rock stars at the game last night. Brooks Koepka and Patrick Reed were there. 48 of the best golfers. I mean, we had Phil Mickelson, oldest ever player, making the top 5 at a Masters. Brooks Koepka came equal runner-upper as well there. This is going to be huge. We've just had a massive week with Gather Round, but this on a global level
I can't even cope.
Even bigger. So I can't wait. It's sold out all 3 days. Amazing scenes.
I'm not letting you leave without saying how good the T-Birds were on the weekend as well.
Fabulous. I'm
good.
so excited to see them back winning.
Yes.
And in contention for finals.
I think you are.
Time.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It dictates my whole mood for the week, Tom Rehn.
Yeah, well, and Tanya Obst has been building and building slowly, and finally we're seeing it starting to come to fruition. West Coast Fever are going to be hard to beat, but I think the T-Birds on their day, they can shake it with anyone.
They can beat anyone,
which is great.
So good. Get out now.
Rennie, just quickly as well, we won't let you get involved with this because it's purely a 7 News thing. But make sure you're watching 7 News Nightly from 6 p.m. to grab the daily code word. Give us a call the next day. This is in regards to Live Golf and how you can get yourself to Live Golf Adelaide, a high-stakes weekend of shotgun starts, fan, village fun, headline artists, including Australian DJ sensation Fisher. Visit livegolf.com. Give us a call right now, 13 24 10. Tom Rehn, thank you very much.
Pleasure. Thanks so much, Jodes. Thanks, Hayesy.
Love you.
The biggest breaking story this town has ever seen. This is huge. Just got valuable info. This is so juicy.
Jodies Juice.
Jodies Juice is back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome. Good to be here. Senator Lydia Thorpe is waking up this morning going, oh no, what did I do last night? She's been caught on tape hurling abuse at a group of men outside a strip club at 3 a.m. and taunting a man about having a small appendage. The Victorian Senator's wild night out was captured on iPhone video. Can I just say, the cameras these days are always rolling.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I say? You know what I say to you?
Shut up.
You know what I say to you? And you?
You're a racist
penis.
dog.
Oh, penis. God.
You're
Fight
the
me.
racist.
Fight me. How dare you say that? Fight me. To her. All I want to say to the black brothers there, and anyone that we're fighting, any black man that stands with a white little like that, you can all get too.
How the is someone get in Parliament like you?
We've been oppressed all our life in this country, and you let this little dog.
Oh my very goodness. Can you imagine the hangover today?
I just cannot. I mean, obviously her position has to be called into question now. Obviously.
Sort of feels like the U word comes into it, untenable, but...
It's a big word for you.
Yes, well...
Where did you pull that from?
Warren Treadray. Warren Treadray and his Ken Hinkley stuff.
Treader said it.
I'll learn a new word last few weeks.
Treader said it, then I had to Google it, and now I'm going to try to...
He said the relationship point out as untenable. I thought, that's interesting. Now, what does that word mean?
Oh, dear. Sam Smith has been criticised for a satanic performance on stage. His outfits included devil horns, nipple tassels and wire crowns. Of course it did. Critics say last night Sam Smith performed a satanic show filled with sexual references, fetish gear, a striptease and grotesque imitation of acts on stage when children were in the audience. I don't know if I'm taking my kids to Sam Smith, are you?
Yeah, so what exactly is hanging off his nipples?
Tassels.
What? How do you attach a tassel to your nipple?
Oh, God.
I haven't seen any photos yet, but that sounds painful.
Well, you're the one that had a nipple ring back in the day.
Yes, and that was painful.
I know, you're more qualified to talk about this than I am.
My very goodness.
I presume tassels just clip on.
Yeah.
But I'm certainly no expert in this area. It's not something that the Oddies dabble in.
Okay. So there's no point me texting Greg?
No.
He won't know? Good.
Unless he's up to some stuff when I'm not home. Who's to say?
You'd hope not.
No.
I can't picture Greg with things hanging off his nipples. But it's 2023. You just don't know.
You don't know.
Just don't know, do you?
Don't know what people like to get up to in the privacy of their own homes. Now, during the first night of Coachella, exes Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes were spotted packing on the PDA while watching a performance together. They, of course, sang this song.
I love it when you call me señorita. I wish I could pretend I didn't need you.
So, this is a question without notice.
Uh-oh.
Were they together when they wrote the song?
I think so, yeah.
It's just one of those things where they did this together and then that sparked the flame.
Mate,
and they went from there.
I don't know the timeline of Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes' romance. I don't.
Sorry,
I can't.
I told you it was very much a question without notice.
I can't.
Apologies for that.
I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg. I'm not sure on that
And
one.
how old is Shawn Mendes?
Actually, I can tell you that. He's only early 20s. They're both early 20s. Both
Right.
very, very sexy human beings.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they were seen going in for a steamy kiss as people in the crowd looked on. They've been split up for a year now. Hooking up with your ex, good or bad idea?
Oh, I think
if
it's
you're both single.
Oh, look, I mean, it depends why you broke up in the first place, doesn't it?
Not really.
Yeah, maybe not. I'm just trying to think of a reason where you broke up where it was genuinely for circumstance and there was unfinished love. But then you've got to ask yourself, well, why did we break up originally?
No one's thinking about any of that when they're, like, 8 gin and tonics deep at Coachella, and it's like, oh, he's still a bit sexy.
Yeah.
Come here, go on then.
All right, let's see what happens here. Only good things can come. And then you just wonder what's happened in between that time. A year's worth of singleness.
I know, but it creates grey areas, doesn't it? Because it's like, we're not together, but we've hooked up. What does that mean? Where do we stand? These are all things that go through women's heads.
Yes.
Men, obviously, don't think about it that deeply.
No, we're a little bit more single-minded.
Adelaide's Jodie and Hayesy. Jodie and Hayes's Ask Us Anything.
Yeah, when nothing is off limits. Talking about those questions, we go, oh, I don't know if you can ask that. Text us through 0400 919 919 or breakfast at nova919.com.au. Producer Sean, welcome to the plate.
Oh, good morning.
You're up.
Oh,
go on.
Our listeners are very excited. So Anita from Northgate has written this morning. I'm sure neither of you would have one, but I'd like to know from your wife or husband what their most, or what they would say would be your most disgusting habit. Or you can just say it about each other, really.
Yeah, well, I think personally for me, it's probably I listen too much. I've said this before. And I keep on getting people saying, look, for goodness sake, try and make it about you. Just once, can you try and make it about you? And I'm saying, no, I'm all about other people. No, stop listening, and I need you to talk and express yourself. Yourself?
Listen, that is the biggest crock of BS.
You just said then, listen, I am listening.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, listen to this. I'll tell you what's disgusting about you, Invisalign head.
Excuse me very much.
Having Invisalign involves you having a mouth guard, so every time you eat or drink something, you rip it out like Gollum, and spit goes everywhere, and it's disgusting, mouthy, salivary stuff. Oh, and not just that. Okay, listen to this.
A bit of spit actually flew over in your direction.
Oh, I hate it. And the other thing you do is you put your shoes on your desk. Don't put your Birkenstocks. And one morning I got the I got the double whammy when I came in here one morning, and on my desk were your Birkenstocks right next to your Invisalign mouth guard.
Yes.
You filthy pig of an animal.
My Birkenstocks were wearing my Invisalign. It was quite the sight. Well, from my point of view on you, nothing. I think everything's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got any disgusting habits.
Oh, I was trying to make you feel bad.
Oh,
You just launched into me.
I know.
But you're quite comfortable with the situation.
I'm feeling fine about everything.
Okay.
What's my disgusting habit? What?
Oh, no, I don't know. No, you don't have one.
Yeah,
I'm just waiting for the mics to go off to see.
Anyone in the team want to step up and say I've got a disgusting habit?
No,
Go on then.
beautiful in every way.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good answer.
Next question.
We read that beautifully. We read
Do you know
that
what my
beautifully,
disgusting
didn't we,
habit is?
producer
Actually, I solicit for compliments all the time.
That is actually one thing. You walk in and go, well, why haven't you told me how good I look today? Because this is a really special dress.
Yep.
I'm like, I don't even know what I'm wearing, let alone what you're wearing. We're just programmed just a little bit differently.
Well, we are.
And our next question is from Ricky Lee from Noarlunga. Missed you guys and welcome back. What is the biggest lie you've ever told a partner?
Ooh. Well, I can start with a lie that I've told my husband this week, if you want. And I hope he's busy with the kids and he's not listening.
It's school holidays.
I was at Channel 10. We're on Green Hill Road. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it turns into a clearway. So if you don't... So one of the guys from sales goes, Jodes, is that your car out the front in the clearway? I've gone...
Oh, no.
Ran downstairs. 10 minutes past 3. 10 minutes past 3. $300 fine.
Yes, it's fun, isn't it? It's really good.
I haven't mentioned that to Greggy yet, so fingers crossed.
At least it wasn't on the back of a yellow truck.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, that's true.
Just I need you to stop and think about what you could have spent that money on too, by the way.
Don't do that. That's the thing that hurts, because $300, oh my God, the clothing and makeup I could buy with that. But anyway, let's move forward, shall we?
I reckon a couple of times, and I reckon I'd seen a girl maybe a couple of times, and this is so deceitful. I told her that I was Matt McHugh from The Beautiful Girls.
Okay. I don't know what that band is, but I presume he's a rock star.
And she didn't know either. So I didn't do anything. So, yeah, for young players out there, don't pretend to be Matt McHugh. It doesn't get you anywhere.
No.
Let's talk Live Golf very, very quickly. Along with Channel 7 News, we've got a chance for you to win a Money Can't Buy experience for Australia's first ever Live Golf tournament. It's going to be at Grange. You just need to make sure you're watching 7 News Nightly from 6 p.m. Grab the daily code word and give us a call the next day. That's right now, 13 24 10.
More believable if you had have said you were Peter Malinauskas.
Yeah, I should definitely have gone for that.
Yeah, why didn't you?
Well, because it was back in the day.
Yeah.
And Mally was still cutting his teeth. If you've got the code word from Channel 7 News last night, you want to head along to the Live Golf Tour, give us a call right now, 13 24 10. It's Jodie and Hayesy.